Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. I am Ted Ings. We are in Albany, New York at the DePaula Automotive Group. I'm joined today by Tom Rustino, the Vice President of Operations here at DePaula. Tom, welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable.
It's a pleasure to have you here. Pleasure to have you guys here in Albany.
And Tom, we've got our world-class technicians with us today, so I'm excited about hearing from them and finding out who they are. So, Nick, if I could start with you, give us your first and last name and tell us what you do here at DePaula. We'll go right down the line.
Nick Platt. Been here for about 18 years. Master level technician for Mazda.
Excellent. Howard.
Howard Patel. I've been in the automotive business for 41 years. I've been a senior master tech since '99. I'm a shop foreman at the Ford store.
Natasha.
Natasha, and a certified tech for Mazda.
And Gene.
Gene Weatherington, world-class technician at DePaula Chevrolet. I have 30 years of experience.
So, Howard, you and I were talking this morning before we got started. Give us a little background. Tell us what a career path looks like here at the DePaula Automotive Group. I know you've been here for some time yourself.
Yeah, I mean, typically we get a lot of trade school students. They seem to be a good way to go. They come in with a certain amount of knowledge. So from there, it's really unlimited. It's up to them. They can follow their own training path. It's online training, and then we send them to school. So it's really learn at your own pace, and it's up to them as to how they progress. But it's unlimited. There's no ceiling.
And you're the shop foreman today, and you came up through the process as a technician yourself. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I actually went to a trade school in the 70s. I went out of there as a loop tech. Basically, started changing oil. From there, progressed. You start getting interested in other things and training, and one day you turn around, it's 40 years later.
Right.
So, but I mean, as far as our shop, the possibilities are up to you. It's unlimited. We'll support them through the training. We support them with, the technical part of it. But yeah, it's pretty much self-driven.
And Nick, you've been here a long time as well. Tell us about how you became a master tech and, how you started off here at DePaula.
Started out in BOCES. It was a apprenticeship program. Did that in high school. Earned some college credits going into my senior year. And then went to community college to continue that education. Started as a entry-level lube technician, and kept up on the training, and now lead technician here, master tech.
I love it. Natasha, you're also over here at Mazda as well. Tell us about that.
We started out, I'm still a loop tech. I did the training to become certified tech, and I was working my way as best I can.
All right. And Gene, talk to us about that career path a little bit, if you would.
The career path is awesome. There's no limit to what you can make or the hours you can turn. As long as you know your product and you gain that knowledge through the training that's offered. It is all paid training too. So not only can you make money at work producing hours, you can make money at home trading to make hours. It's a great business to be in. It gets easier as you gain knowledge.
As you get older.
It's been a lot. Absolutely.
And Tom, you have built, this really is a fixed operations juggernaut of a dealer. You've really put all the tools and all the people in place to do that on service and parts. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, we try to take young people out of the high school programs and find out where we can get the thoroughbreds and go after them and offer them. Last year, we just offered one young fella to come aboard and offer him a Snap-on toolbox to come aboard, because a lot of times the schools weren't pushing trades. They lost sight of it, and we're going to be in trouble, and that's a shortage where we have our technicians. But we go after the BOCES programs, and we're heavily involved with that. And you can see we have a lot of mature, but we have a young woman that wanted to be a technician, and we'll grow her through that path. I mean, she'll have a great, the fundamentals she'll be taught, and she's in a great environment to learn. And that's what you need to do with these young people, is show them the environment and show them how they can be the best at what they can do. And we have some great people with Howard and Gene and Nick that are going to teach our young people. And they're putting their knowledge to use with us for our young people. That's a positive thing. And we try to work on that. Have we had our challenges where we've lost people like everyone else? Yeah, absolutely. You got to put time and effort in it. As Gene and Howard and Nick will tell you, it takes time to do it to make the money you want to make. But once you're there, you can make some really great, awesome money.
And Tom, between Ford and Chevrolet and Mazda, approximately how many technicians here at the DePaul Automobile?
Almost 55, I think, right about there.
Gene, you and I were talking this morning in the shop over at Chevrolet before things were getting started about efficiency and hours and the importance of, having a process. Talk to us a little bit about that and some of the things you do here at DePaul.
Absolutely. The only way to make money in this business is to be efficient. And as a technician, you have to be in your bag. Tom has actually incorporated many programs, and one being the ASR, which is additional service request. And you can actually go in and be working on a car, fill out your service request form, it gets sent to the parts department, which then gets sent to the service writer while you're doing work on the car. Therefore, I'm not leaving my bay to go get prices on parts or talk to my service writer. It's all in the ASR forms, which the customer receives when they pick their vehicle up. After the approval is given, the parts department actually brings me my parts. So I am not leaving my bay at all, except for to go get a car or test drive a car. And that's efficient. That gets the car in, gets the car out, makes the customer happy, and feels comfortable about it.
But that started with the transparency with the iService and True Video. It starts with the video that we're doing, correct, guys?
That is correct.
The video is a true importance that we find, and I don't see it a lot in dealerships today, that it's the best transparency that you can have to the consumer, where we've seen our hours per repair order go up because of it. So it's a positive, and they love it. They look forward to it, don't they, Natasha? They look forward to it.
So, Natasha, when you do the videos, you're sending it really direct to the customers, are directly from you. How do they react to those videos?
I've gotten a lot of positive feedback. Customers saying I probably wouldn't have bought the product without seeing how dirty it was or how broken it was. So it's just them seeing that we're not lying to them. We're showing them what their car actually looks like firsthand.
Nick, you've done Mazda for a long time, even before we had those videos, right? What's the difference between now having that transparency like Tom is talking about, to before we had that? Has it been an evolution? Has the customer evolved as well?
Yeah, it definitely makes it a lot quicker and easier to sell work when you show somebody a part's wore out or broken and filters are dirty, anything like that. It's show.
But they look forward to it.
Yeah, usually it's
if you miss it, they're going to tell you. It's like the car wash that we brought them to.
Mm-hmm.
They missed that video. Guess what? They're going to hear it.
So go ahead, Natasha.
A couple different comments on the website that they didn't see their video and we were able to send it to them. They were able to see their car.
So, Natasha, if I'm a customer and I get that video, the next time I come in for service, I'm expecting that, right? That's now a new level of expectation. Would you agree? And Howard, you're overseeing a lot of texts, so that means a lot of videos going on, right? How do you keep track of all that? Because it's such an important part, like Tom says, of the business today.
Well, the customers do look forward to it. Like I said, it's gets them involved in the whole process somewhat. They're not just sitting there wondering. So we stress the importance to the techs about putting that information, giving that information that the customer deserves. And are they every single one as good as you'd like? Not always, but it just is. We just want them to relay what's going on with the car more than anything. So the car is the star of the show, if you will.
Okay. Speaking of the stars of the show, the technicians, Nick, last question today, and I'll go right down the line with everybody. What are some of the benefits of becoming a technician today from a young person coming in in looking to start a career and becoming a world-class technician here at DePaul? What would you say are some of the things they should look forward to?
And the pay is good. There's definitely a short supply of technicians, so it's do whatever you want to do as much as you want. As far as if you want to just be entry level, that's fine, but you can do as much training as you want and become as certified as you want.
I love it. Howard, Tom and I have a friend, Tully Williams. He says he wants his technicians to go home rich and tired. Okay. What are some of the benefits of becoming a tech in today's?
Like Nick said, I mean, the technicians are needed. They're not plentiful. So if you're a good technician, you can get work anywhere, and most shops are flat rate. So what you make hours wise is pretty much up to you. It's all effort driven. So the more effort you put out, the more reward you're going to bring home at the end of the week.
How about the benefits of a woman becoming a technician today? Because we don't see a whole lot of women, okay? And I know that's a big and up-and-coming thing in our industry as well.
It's always going to be a job you're always going to have. I enjoy it.
Gene, how about that? Benefits of becoming a
A world-class tech, you have the highest pay rate. General Motors actually gives you a quarterly bonus to be a world-class tech and keep it up. And probably the biggest thing that makes me happy in this business is when a customer compliments me on my knowledge and what I've done to their vehicle. It's not pay, but it feels good that you're doing something that's making other people happy.
And Tom, bring it home.
It's kind of like being an artist, isn't it, Gene?
Absolutely.
The compliments that you'll get, because when you look at what we do, it's a career, but along that career, you're getting full pay to be training yourself. And when you become that world class or that senior master, you get your full benefits paid for. So when people start to look at what you can become as a specialist in this business, because who do you need first before a doctor? You need that technician or that specialist to get your car there. So, I mean, it's a great fulfillment that people have to, like Natasha is learning it. And she's striving to become that world-class person. And that's kudos to her in that business. That's a big deal. It's a big deal to be part of it.
All right. Everybody stay with us. We have a lot more coming up here at the DePaul Automotive Group at our Fixed Ops Roundtable pop-up event. We'll be right back.